So you're thinking about moving to Rochester Hills, but before you do so, I want to make sure that you're aware of all of the costs, not only the day-to-day, but the monthly cost as well as the housing market costs, so that you know whether or not it's affordable and a good move for you. So let's jump right in. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Nick. I'm a top producing real estate agent here in Metro Detroit, Michigan, and I've helped hundreds of families and individuals both buy and sell real estate in Metro Detroit, Michigan. If you're interested in that, whether it's 1 month or 1 year from now, make sure to get a hold of me. My contact information is below. Call, text, email, Zoom, however you prefer, we can make it happen. And until then, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and bell button. That way you're notified of all of the new and upcoming information throughout Metro Detroit. So let's get into it. All right, so as I mentioned, you're probably watching this video because you're interested in moving to Rochester Hills, and I want to go over everything that you can expect from not only the cost of housing and the purchase prices that we're seeing, as well as the different style of homes, but I also want you to be aware of the day-to-day cost of living in the city of Rochester Hills. We will first start off with your typical day-to-day or monthly cost, and keep in mind that all of these costs that I'm going to talk about are broken down in an estimated average for the month, but then we will go specifically into the housing market. The cost of living in Rochester Hills is 4% higher than the national average, with utilities sitting around $165 a month, transportation around $178 a month, groceries at $390 a month, and this can vary depending on your spending habits and whether you like to dine out or eat in, healthcare right around $140 a month, and miscellaneous costs sitting at $277 a month, again depending on your lifestyle, what you do for entertainment, whether you go out to eat, whether you go out for entertainment, or whether you spend money on shopping and so on. And if you have children, anticipate the monthly cost of childcare to be around $1,500. Typically in Rochester Hills, the cost of transportation tends to be a little bit higher as it is a very car dependent city. All right, so now let's jump into the housing market specifically. And first I want to cover housing in general for rent. All right, so let's jump into the housing market, starting off with the average monthly rent. And this is based on a 915 square foot apartment, and the average monthly rent sits at $1,515. The cost of housing is the number one factor in driving up the price of living in Farmington Hills. The median home price in Rochester Hills is around $498,000, which is 10% higher than the national average. However, there are a variety of housing options available in Rochester Hills, so you can find something that fits your budget. And if you need help with that, you found the right guy. The median price per square foot of a home in Rochester Hills sits around $197 per square foot. And most commonly, the housing structure or blueprint of a home that you will see most often are 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. There are also numerous types of homes, including single-family apartments, condos, and townhomes, as well as multifamily properties. The average cost of a single-family home in Rochester Hills is right around $427,000. The average cost of a condo in Rochester Hills sits closer to $275,000. And the average cost of a multifamily home in Rochester Hills is around $500,000. And keep in mind, the multifamily properties are a bit more rare in this city. All right, so let's talk about the housing market as of today, as well as the active and available inventory. As of today, there are 143 homes that are actively listed for sale on the MLS, or the multiple listing service. And there's a pretty big price range within that 143 properties that are up for sale, as the lowest price home up for sale today is at $219,000. While the highest home listed for sale sits at $1.9 million. All right, so now that we've talked about the anticipated cost of living in the city of Rochester Hills, let's take a trip around and look through the neighborhoods at some of the housing styles and different neighborhoods that the city has to offer. So I'm sure you can see why so many people are wanting to move to Rochester Hills, as the neighborhoods and the homes are absolutely beautiful. The cost of living is relatively inexpensive, and overall it's a great location because of the school district, the entertainment, just its location with its central commute to downtown and to Ann Arbor, as well as to the airport. If you're interested in Rochester Hills or any of the other cities throughout Metro Detroit, make sure to check out the rest of my channel where I dive deep into the pros and cons, the cost of living, some of the best suburbs to live in. And if you're interested, make sure to reach out to me. Again, my contact information is below. And until then, I'll see you soon.